So my friend Eddie Perino sent this to me on Facebook, and it's another example of the brainwashing that is going on in our public schools here in America. Check this out. This is a homework sheet called Being a Good Citizen. This was given to an 8-year-old, apparently. And it's all about what is a citizen. If you were born in the United States, you are a citizen, blah, blah, blah. But then you get down to number 2, and it says, quote, when you are a citizen, you have rights. Rights are special privileges the government gives you. In our country, you have free speech. You are also given the right to choose a religion. In America, the press is free to tell you what is happening in the world. The Bill of Rights lists the freedoms given to citizens. These rights are very important. Many people in the world do not have freedoms like we do. Pretty much everything about number 2 on here is wrong. I mean, there's maybe just the last 2 sentences where it says these rights are very important. Many people in the world do not have freedoms like we do. But everything else on here is wrong in one way or another. Even the one that says in our country you have free speech, because they've been trying to dismantle free speech for a really long time now. I don't know anywhere in the Constitution or Bill of Rights where it says anything about free speech zones. When you are a citizen, you have rights. I'm pretty sure you have rights when you're born by virtue of existing. Rights are special privileges the government gives you? Really? It's not inherent. You're not born with it. It wasn't given to you by God or whatever you want to believe in. Rights are special privileges the government gives you. Oh, thank you, government. Thank you so much for giving me the special privilege to have a right. Oh, I'm also given the right to choose a religion. Oh, thank you, government, for allowing me the special privilege to choose a religion. In America, the press is free to tell you what is happening in the world. The Bill of Rights lists the freedoms given to citizens. See, they use given in this thing 3 times in just that one number 2. This is not negotiable. The government doesn't give you anything. The government doesn't grant you anything. You're not granted your rights by the government. Because as soon as they start brainwashing children that this is the way things work, then the flip side is also true. They can take your rights away. And the government has no business touching anybody's rights, period. The stuff that they're teaching these kids in our country is horrifying, and it gets worse every single year. Then look at number 3. Because the government gives us rights, we have the duty to be good citizens. You don't give me anything because you're a government. This is the most disgusting level of indoctrination I've seen yet. And if you scroll down to number 7, it says, someday you will be given the right to vote. This is an honor. Because, you know, the dog and pony show that our elections in this country are just an honor to be a part of. It's an honor to participate in a system that is just so utterly corrupt and disgusting. Yes, that's an honor, and you'll be given that right. When you begin to work, you will have to pay taxes. Yeah, go watch Freedom to Fascism. Tell me where the law is that says you actually have to. Taxes help to run our country. Yeah, into the ground while the military-industrial complex just keeps finding more ways to fight wars. Being a member of our country is a wonderful privilege. Good citizens take part in their community. Look at number 6. They give to the poor. Oh, unless you live in Florida, in certain places in Florida, like Fort Lauderdale, where if you give food to the poor, they'll arrest you. Our country is so screwed up, and this homework does everything to just prove that. Rights are special privileges the government gives you. Puke. Just wait around for just a second and fast forward this part, and if you have an 8-year-old, you're going to want to show them this next part, okay? Hey, kids! The Bill of Rights is based on natural rights and is a recognition of the fact that these rights are inherent. That means that you are born with them. They cannot be granted to you by any person or government, and they cannot be taken away because you already and always have them. The Constitution set up a limited government, but the wiser of the Founding Fathers recognized that the future would likely bring the abuse of power via a strong centralized federal government, like we have today, which sucks. So they pushed for the Bill of Rights to be added to the Constitution as a recognition of certain rights we already have.
Did you know that a number of our states were not even going to ratify the Constitution until the Bill of Rights was added? Thomas Jefferson said it well. In questions of power, then, let no more be heard of confidence in man, but bind him down from mischief by the chains of the Constitution. That's the law of our land. In short, the government does not grant you rights. You come with rights already attached. The Bill of Rights is simply there to remind the strong, centralized federal government we now have that we have those rights. Anyone who tries to teach you that the government gives you rights is a big, fat, lying pooty head. Period.